Well, we had a real good night in Lexington tonight. Picked up 5 horses. Five of the horses I wanted. When does that ever happen? 5 horses. I think we did videos on all of them at the start of the sale, and that never happens. Let's start off the night with how the horses raced in Ontario. Maintenance man made a break at the gate. James said he was acting pretty erratically, still a little bit off right hind. Now Carmen said this was a pus pocket. I hadn't talked to Carmen after the race, so I did ask him what happened. He said he'd be talking to James. I talked to James also. So he's a little bit off right hind, so I'm gonna have to get. I'm gonna see if Carmen can get him looked at, find out what's wrong with this horse right hind. He just isn't comfortable, obviously. So I know as much as you at this point, but I will talk to Carmen tomorrow and see if he can get him looked at right away. Beach Boutique, you'd see she was on the left line, drifting out down the lane. I don't know what went on there. I didn't get a chance to talk to Harry after the race. Looked like she was going to be fifth and have a decent race, and then just drifted across the track and ended up sixth. So another horse we got to get checked out. Watch Avenue. James continues to beg me to stop racing this horse. He thinks he's fast, thinks he could be a real good 3-year-old, but he gets a little rolly in spots, just green, immature, physically immature stuff. So this might be his last start. We might turn him out for a month or so and race him a little bit throughout the winter. Just a little different type of racing for him. This is a nice colt. I think he could be a good horse, but to assume that he's going to be a gold colt next year might be a stretch. I'd like to see him race into it. Another nice mile in 54, closing on the end of it tonight. A good mile for him. Miss Brampton Beast came out of that turn and was attacking, cleared the lead, did not finish her work off again. This is becoming a frustrating trait with our girl that needs to come to an end. I'll train her up next week with Mario, and then she starts the harvest series. The harvest series. She starts, I believe, next week or the week after. So we'll get right into it. What took place tonight? I didn't bid on a lot of horses, but I got all the horses I wanted. Last night I bid on a whole bunch, and we didn't get very many at all. Tonight I only bid on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Exactly 15. I got a third of what I bid on tonight. Started off the night exactly where I wanted to. Now I keep telling you guys, and I appreciate it. I know it's a tough sell. It's tough to do. So if it happens, it happens. But I love when people text me and say, "Hey, if you buy this horse for X amount, I'll take X percent or put in so much money into the pot." I had a gentleman call me and said, "Did you look at this colt?" I forwarded him the video I made 2 days ago. I said, "I certainly did look at this colt. It's a beautiful colt. I like everything about him." He said, "What do you think he'll bring?" I said he could bring upwards of 60, depending on what the night's like. First night, some of the Better's Delights went really high. Even last night, some did. So it's hard to gauge, right? We'll get into something later on that was really hard to gauge. So he had said, "I'll buy a third of them up to 60, maybe even a little more." And I said, "That's fine, but I don't know if I'd be comfortable paying a little more." I like the horse, but there's a lot of Better's Delights here. There's a lot in Ontario. There's a lot in Harrisburg. I think he's a nice colt. I think 60 would be my top bid, I think. He ended up going for $40,000. The gentleman kept a third of them. Another gentleman called, wanted 20%. So half the horse is sold before I bid on another horse. It always makes me feel really good. We ended up with Better's Hope. First one of the night that I bid on. The first one we got. Now the next one, I never even got my hand up. So I guess I didn't bid on this horse. This was Sassy Blue Chip. This was a filly by Better's Delight. Second dam is Better's Edge. Third dam, Cactus Creek. Very good looking filly. Very good family. I never got my hand up. She went right to 80,000. Ron Burke ended up, Mickey Burke, agent for, I assume that the preceding sentence will be agent for Burke Racing LLC. So we didn't get Sassy Blue Chip. That's okay. I didn't think she was worth $80,000. Maybe she is, but she wasn't to me. Shortly after her, that is not her. Shortly after her, I did a video quickly of Sunshine and Shade's sister. Now, she's brown. She's not black. She's small. She's not big. She's smaller than Sunshine and Shade, who's a strong medium. This would be a small medium filly by Captain Treacherous, but we know how talented Sunshine and Shade is, and I would have to believe, sex aside, Sunshine and Shade to Captain Treacherous would be quite a leap, I would think. Not that there's anything wrong with Sunshine and Shade, but let's call a spade a spade. He's not Captain Treacherous. What did I say? Oh, Sunshine Beach. My fault. Sunshine Beach to Captain Treacherous would be quite a leap. So we only paid $25,000 for this filly. Very good looking filly. Obviously, when you look back, the same reasons we bought Sunshine and Shade. Shades of Bay is the brother, mark of 49 and 2, $250,000 made. We have the other brother, who we already know is talented. He was second in 54 the other night. Second dam is the dam of Artificial. Think what you want of Artificial as a stud. Some people like him, some people don't. As a racehorse, he was an absolute Goliath. $2 million made, 47 flat was the mark on him. And then down in the third dam, the incomparable Shady Daisy, tremendous mare. Very, very good mare. So a strong family, goes without saying. To pick this filly up for $25,000, I thought was pretty good stroke of luck. So Captain's Maid is her name. She is coming home with us. Next was number 350. We didn't get this horse. I love this horse. Amy picked this horse out. Her name was Great Dane. She went to Mark Stacy, $40,000. I'd say I probably would have been right around the same for Great Dane. I just didn't get my hand up and didn't pull the trigger. And there's lots of horses left in the sale. There still is, but lots of horses left tonight. So I didn't pull the trigger on Great Dane, and I let her go. Mark Stacy picked her up. I think $40,000 was a fair price for her. Next was Love This Bar. Again, I had her pegged around 28 to 30. This was a bar hopping colt. I like this colt, but not at 42,000. I thought that was a little high. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought that Love This Bar was just a tiny bit high for me. Next was number 360. 360 was Callisto Dream. I think I dropped the ball on this horse. I really liked this filly. I liked her video. I liked her in person. I thought she'd be a good pickup. She went for $12,000, and I just didn't buy her. You know, I watched her go in and I watched her come out. And there's a filly on the 5th day, a Donato Hanover filly. I think we got lots of pacers now for Ontario especially. We got lots of pacers, which is a problem because I told you I had a filly tomorrow I really, really want. We'll see. I guess it's all going to be about value with her tomorrow. Callisto Dream was a Donato Hanover filly I really liked, and Overseas Farms Limited. So we bought a horse later on off of him. He bought Callisto Dream. Thought this filly was probably definitely worth $12,000, worth looking at. But when it come right down to the Donato Hanovers, the one I want, that's the day 5 filly. She's coming up later on. I blew through Dancer Hall's brother at $30,000. I didn't like him I didn't love him. I thought he was nice. He didn't remind me of Dancer Hall, but I did like the horse, and I think probably at 30 it was a good deal, a good bargain for Greg McNair. I didn't buy him. So that was 361. Number 370, Willamette. Now, Amy liked this filly. I like this filly too, but again, I think a fair price, somewhere around $32,000, but I thought it might have been a little high. I certainly wasn't going to bid $35,000. Had I landed on $32,000, I might have been okay with that, but $32,000 was right about the limit. Again, remember, I always ask myself right before I'm going to bid, in my head, obviously, is this horse worth more than you're about to bid on him? In this case, Willamette, I thought was right around top shelf, top level for her, so I opted to let her go. 374 was a horse I rather liked, and it was funny. This is a brother to a horse we had before, a long time ago, feels like decades ago now, off Broadway. He didn't turn out to be what he looked like he was. Good looking colt, but he was an off Broadway. He was a Broadway Hall colt. This is a Trixton. It's as big as a bus. Perfect Record is his name. He was giving the girls fits down in the barn too. He might be gelding soon enough, I don't know. But he is a big boy. Beautiful colt though, well put together, had a nice video. I liked him. I thought Felix was sitting with me. I had 28 on my card. He said, I don't know if we bring 28. I said, you're probably right. 18 or 20 is probably fair. And I picked him up for 20. I could have let him go, but He, obviously New Jersey breds, Trixton or New Jersey breds, racing on a mile track. He's a giant horse, decent breeding. I mean, the reason I bought Off Broadway was the same reason I bought this horse. You have Perfect Vacation in the second dam, and then Village Advocate and the Likes in the third dam. Strong family. First dam's not that strong, but the family's strong, and at $20,000, I think it's more than fair for Perfect Record. Then we went to 384 Keystone Raven. Now, I had mentioned this filly earlier on in the session. There was a number of Bettor's Delight fillies I liked. I think this was one of the strongest ones. She was bigger. Her and the colt we bought are a little bigger than the average Bettor's Delight. There was a number of fillies that went for a lot more, and some that went for a little bit less that I thought were similar to this filly, but I thought she was a real good steal at $35,000. The top dam is strong. Keystone Riptide, 49-3, 330,000 made. Keystone Riptide, Kelly Rochelle, and Keystone Red Hot, all horses that raced and made money. Then if you don't like what you see there, just drop down one. Keystone Romeo, $725,000 made, a mark of 151 on a half-mile track. And in the third dam, fantastic sire and great racehorse, Keystone Raider, 151 and 1, and $946,000 made. Top to bottom, all three dams, very strong racehorses, fast, lots of speed in there, and lots of money. So Keystone Raven, perfectly put together. I have a video of all these horses. You can go up and look at them. But Keystone Raven, I thought, looked fantastic. And at $35,000, I think was more than fair for a Bettor's Delight, given the year, again, that Bettor's Delight has had. Moving on to 409. 409 was Lone Sailor. I love this horse. This was an American Ideal. I liked everything about him. I liked his breeding. I liked everything. He, in the second dam, was Bettor's Delight. So there's lots of stuff to look at here, and he was a good-looking horse in his own right. The only thing I didn't like about him was the sale price, $70,000. Truthfully, I had him down here. I don't think I got my hand up, and if I did, I wouldn't have went past 38 or 40. Maybe he was worth a little bit more. I thought 70 was plenty for him, but Howard, a Cusco Jr., bought him, and obviously he liked it. He liked lots in Lone Sailor. Good looking horse. Certainly nothing against him, but I don't think I could have been in at $70,000. Next was All I'll Ever Dream Of. Dan Altmaier bought this horse. This was a betting line. Now, we got a betting line, so I wasn't going to shell out a pile of money for another betting line when we already have one that I liked a lot and we gave less than half for. So this was a first foal by Art Major out of a sister to Tis to Dream. I think the one out of Tis to Dream last night went for a lot of money, so maybe that's what they were looking at. But this is a colt. All I Ever Dream Of at $40,000, I guess, was fine. Maybe just a little more than I would have paid given the circumstances, but I'm sure he was worth the 40 and definitely was a good-looking colt. Then we went to 421 Grand Cayman. I absolutely love this colt. Michael Hall bought him for $35,000. Always Be Mickey. I already got one of them. So the Always Be Mickey out of Barbuda Babe. Just didn't need him, right? And at $35,000, probably pretty enticing at $35,000. But we get 2 more days of sales, and I wasn't just going to buy a horse to buy him. It was probably worth the money, but not enough to shake me out. If he was fishing for me, he wasn't going to catch me with $35,000. Although he was probably, as I said, worth the money. I really like this colt. I just didn't buy him. 434. Now this was odd. I like this colt. He went for a lot. Went for $120,000. I guess I really liked him. So I mean, he's a brother to Super Shizzle. And the second dam Farafont was a great horse. 840. Never heard of him. But 840,000 and 27 wins. Very nice horse. 120 was plenty. Obviously not anywhere near what I would pay, but nevertheless a good looking colt. So I'm certainly not going to judge there. Might be an ex-world champion. Who knows? Next we had 445. And that was Math Wizard. Blake McIntosh bought this colt. Thought that was a good buy. That's pretty much what I thought he was worth, $30,000. I watched him go through. Had he stalled at 27, I would have probably bid 30, but Blake bid 30, and I wasn't bidding 32. So again, I opted to let him go. Amy and I were talking on the way home. We got lots of horses right now. Don't got a lot of Ontario bred trotters, and I did talk about one just here in a second. The other big reason that I let Math Wizard go was because I did want an Ontario sired colt. There was one coming up that I loved from 2 days ago when I first got here. This horse is a horse that I picked out, and his name is Walk on the Moon. This was the Archangel colt that I did a video of 2 days ago. Told everybody a lot of the Archangels were a little crooked, a little ratty looking, and nothing against a horse. It isn't, maybe that was just the mares, or maybe that's just how the ones that I looked at. I don't know. But this was a Archangel, beautiful black colt. The first mare was 5 for 5 Wanaka. I'm pretty sure that was Trevor Henry's filly. Took a mark of 55, timed in 53, made $134,000. Euro Gap, Kanichiwa. See how I did that? Whiskey Tax is in the second dam. Whiskey Tax obviously made $1 million. Took a mark of 52, second in the Hambletonian. Deck the Halls was a good horse. Me Maggie is the third dam. She was a world champion dam patch winner, and Dornello was a great horse. Is in lots of pedigree here, lots to look at. Just a good looking colt. I really liked what I saw with Walk on the Moon. We got him for $20,000. Looking back at not buying the other horse at $445, simply only made it easier on me. So I really like what I bought here tonight. Really like what we got. I know the first betting line, our Betters to Like colt, is almost sold out. I shouldn't say he's almost sold out. I would say he's got 30 or 40 shares left. I haven't really been paying close attention to the shares, but I know that he was half sold before we started. The filly, Keystone Raven, shouldn't be far behind. Maybe a little bit further behind because we didn't have big chunks of her sold right away. But really, really good looking filly also. Walk on the Moon, the Trixton horse. Can't say enough about them. As I said, all the horses we got tonight, I thought, again, were under what I had them pegged at. Now, if I'm doing my job and I'm right, we got bargains again tonight, and that is what I'm here to do. So, for those of you who didn't tune in today, you can watch the webcast, the replay of the webcast online. You can look at the videos of all the horses we have. You can want to look at their pedigrees and their videos. We'll take videos tomorrow. Now, Curtis is leaving. Amy and I will take care of the videos tomorrow. We just have to get a microphone from Curtis, and then her and I can take care of the videos of the horses we bought today. So we still got 2 days left. Now, we do have 9 horses, so I'm not going to be out there buying horses. They're going to have to come to me. So I can think of 2, 3, 4 that I really want. I really love that filly that's in tomorrow. Didn't tell you. I wasn't going to tell you what it was. The filly that's in tomorrow, but we do have some pacing fillies that are Ontario breds, so it would have to be value for her. There's a couple of Ohio breds on the last day I'm really interested in. And of course, there's, as I said, that Donato Hanover filly on the last day. I'm very, very interested in her too. So I don't know how busy we'll be tomorrow night. There is a couple I want to look at, but not many. I don't want to be heading home with a ton of horses and a big receipt. So we got 9 now. I think we've done really well with the 9 we bought. We do have a few more we're going to look at. We'll see what transpires there. But for day 3 in Lexington, it is in the books. Starting to cool down a little bit here in Lexington. Going to be a little more Canadian weather tomorrow. I think rather than 38 in the shade, it's going to be around 23, 24. Be a nice day tomorrow. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow afternoon. We do have some horses to look at for a couple of clients, and we will try and take these videos also. But try and relax a little bit and regroup tomorrow. Maybe make some phone calls. Send some emails, and start reaching out to some of our clients. Anyway, talk to you guys soon. It was a good day. We have 9 horses now in Lexington. 1 on the first day, 3 on the second day, 5 tonight. Take care.